Hi, this is Aaron Dubinsky coming to you today from the Chut Shel Chesed Yeshiva in the holy city of Yerushalayim in the exquisite land of Israel, under the direction of our rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him always. Okay, this week we got Matan Torah, we got Shavuos, we got the Torah with all of its laws, all of its guidance, all of its restrictions. It's an amazing vehicle. It tells us where we come from. It tells us what's expected of us to live a normal life that is fulfilling. And it tells us where we're going to. It's the perfect book. It gives us everything. Now, many of us know, well, I would say most of us know that Moshe Rabbeinu was not allowed to go into Eretz Yisrael in spite of the fact that he took the Jewish people out of Egypt, put up with the aggravation of Paro, put up with the aggravation of the people themselves who complained and complained and complained and complained. He did everything he was told to do. There were some times when he let's say, had a difference of opinion with Hashem, but in the end, he was always on Hashem's side. But in the end, also, he was not allowed to go into Israel. All of us know this. Some of us know why. Many of us know why. Because he didn't talk to the rock as he was instructed, but he struck the rock with a stick. Now, it seems like a minor infraction. Now, our sages tell us the reason is Hashem wanted the people to understand that this was coming from him, not from the stick. It wasn't a magic stick that makes water come out of a rock. It was Hashem himself. So only by asking Hashem, by talking to his rock, could the water come out. But Moshe Rabbeinu did not do that. He talked, a few drops came out. He thought, maybe I misunderstood, so he hit the rock. A small infraction. Had you or I done it, probably not much difference in the result. We still would have gone in, life is good. Why? Why was Moshe Rabbeinu given such a stringent punishment based on what he did? Because he was held to a higher standard. Torah tells us, to whom more is given, more is expected. So more was expected of him. He was not expected to act like you or I. He was expected to act like Moshe Rabbeinu, who had been face to face with Hashem, who had talked to him, who knew all the laws that Hashem had given him, who learned Torah directly from the one who made Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. More was expected of him because of who he was. Now, today we have a very difficult situation in the world, particularly for the world's Jews. We talked about this last week. Anti-Semitism is at an all-time high. And the problem is, why does this keep coming up? What is the problem? What are the people doing to us, and why are they doing it to us? Well, I'm going to read you this one more time. I read this to you last week, but it's so important it bears repeating. 5 days before the people of Israel received the Torah, one portion of it was addressed to them, which contains the essence of Torah. It was there and expressed to them that the essential aim of the Torah is not alone to convey a collection of commanded deeds, words, or remembrances, but rather, listen very carefully, to enjoin the acceptance of a mission on which the existence of the world depends, and entrance into a service whose yoke could never be shed. In other words, we were told from the very beginning when we accepted Torah, this was a mission. It was a lifetime mission for us and for all of us. It tells us that at Mount Sinai, all of us were gathered there. Not just the people who came out of Egypt. All of us, all of the souls that would be born into the future were gathered there as well. So they couldn't say, we didn't take this on ourselves. Our parents did. It's not us. It's them. No. We all took it upon ourselves, this mission. And what is the mission? To live by the laws that are expressed there, to live a meaningful, joyful, fulfilling life. All those words are important, by the way. Meaningful, joyful, fulfilling. There's nothing fulfilling about watching TV. There's nothing fulfilling about some of the other shtiyot that we do. We're allowed shtiyot. There's not a problem with that. We can do it as long as we know that it's shtiyot. But that's not our mission. Our mission is to know Torah, to live Torah, and to spread Torah to all the nations of the world. This is our job. So in fact, the Jewish people, as a people, are held to a higher standard. So when those among the other nations don't like us, when they have anti-Semitic thoughts about us, who do we have to blame? Well, there was an old story about an Admiral Perry back in the War of 1812 in America. And he was quoted as saying, "We have met the enemy and they are ours." In other words, we've defeated them. Now, for those of you who are old enough to remember, back in the 50s and 60s, there was a comic strip called Pogo. It was really a political satire. And in that, one of the lines I remember most distinctly was, it said, "We have met the enemy and it is us." Folks, that's it. We've met the enemy. It's us. We can change this. We can change it anytime we want to by doing what it is we're supposed to do. However, when we do not do what we are supposed to do, Hashem sends tests. He sends situations that put us in an uncomfortable position, because the more uncomfortable we get, the closer we get to Him. I mean, there are many people who decide, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I'd rather do this, it's more fun. But the fact is, that's not what we were put here to do. We are here on a mission that we cannot get out of. We are here for the rest of time to fulfill this mission, to spread Torah, to live Torah. This is what we're here to do. And we, therefore, are held to a higher expectation level. We, like Moshe Rabbeinu, are held to a higher level that we must conform to, because that's what we need to do in order to make this world what it's supposed to be. Hashem could have created the world perfectly. He did everything else perfectly. He could have created the world perfectly. Why didn't He do that? You know the answer why He didn't do that. Because He wanted us, all of us, to be His partners in creation. So He left some of it unfinished. But the problem is, we don't always see what is so close to us, what is so obvious to us, what we need to know in order to make the world a better place. We talk about Mashiach at the drop of a hat. When is He going to come? What is He going to be like when He comes? Let me tell you something. There's two ways He could come. One way is we do the mitzvah we're supposed to do, and He comes peacefully. Another way is we don't do what we're supposed to do, and let's just say it won't be nearly as nice. It will not be the peaceful type of thing that we expect. It will be a lot more difficult. So it's up to us to make it so that the pains, the birth pains of Mashiach are light, not heavy, that they are endurable, that we can go on and we can see the joy of everything that's happening, all the changes that will happen. But that's up to us. We need to do this. We need to accept the yoke of Torah. We need to understand Torah. We need to spread Torah. When we do, it will change the world as we know it. Each one of us will work on our own personal geula, our own personal redemption. There are many, many great sages who left this world very young, in their 30s, like Rabbeinu, Rabbi Nachman, like the Arizal, HaKadosh. There are many who did. Why? Because they had already achieved their own personal redemption, and there was not enough of an assurance that those around them would do the same, so they were free to go. They had done their part. Now we know there's a lot of people coming back to Hashem now. That are coming closer to Hashem. We also know on the other side there are people going the other way. I told my Rebbetzin over 3 years ago, be watching what happens over the next several years, because what's going to happen is the world is going to change. There will be those going towards Hashem, and those not. And there'll be a big chasm in between. There will be no middle of the road anymore. You can't straddle the fence anymore. You need to decide who you are, where you are, what way are you going. All of us need to make this decision. If we make the right decision, if we work on our own personal geula, if we all take the time to learn what we're committed to learn 3,000 years ago, even as unborn souls, then we will truly bring the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu and the third Beit HaMikdash, Bimhera v'Yomeinu. Have a great week, my friends. Be well. See you next week. All the best.